from having like a small little bump to having a downfall.
Yes, that's it. It brought my siblings closer to me. Yeah.
How those women actually allow you to talk to them when you are never married?
Wow.
So today's conversation is about hospital appointments. I wanted to be at every single one because, as you said, I wanted to see, the progression. With every scan when they give you that printout, to see, oh my God, now I'm going to compare to the other one you have to see how much. But there's some that I obviously couldn't make. I was either out of town or stuck at work, and it wasn't a day that I was able to get away from work. So, but then I know that there are some people like I can't believe you said not me. So there's some people that I know who were forced, like they were literally arm twisted into attending, and then there are those that are already in the car saying, "Woman, enter, let's go." So you obviously fall in the category of people who were like, it's not my favorite thing. I don't want to be there. Or is it because you're out of town?
I think first I was fearful. So I didn't like all those sessions, especially when they are talking to her and everything. But sitting here now and listening to you guys, I feel guilty, kind of like I wish I had done all these things.
So you will.
I will.
Your chance will come.
Yes, because I think that experience, especially what you said, like feeding the baby and everything, I was always running away from things like that because I didn't want to change my mindset. But now I'm just looking at like, man, I really missed.
Yeah.
It's quite a process, the journey.
Yeah, it's a journey.
You went for like.
I attended a few that work would allow me to most of the time I was always at work when she has appointments and all that. But there were times that maybe probably I was on leave or it was on the weekend. So I think I attended 2 or 3. So this is some thereabouts. So I think it's important that men attend disappointments with their woman, so that when they are discussing with the doctor that this is what I'm experiencing, you as a man will understand and be able to prepare and support them. I've said to you while I said to the doctor, so you should be able to. It also helps you to prepare for what is to come and adjust your own stuff, so to say. So I think it's important. It's very, very important. I wish I did more. But yeah, I did. I attended a couple of doctor appointments.
I was going to ask you, but then I realized that, what's the one will be yours?
Seriously. Listening to everybody is just making me feel like everybody always experiences in different ways anyway. Maybe because of my profession and being a father, that line of profession itself, talking about women things and all that, it's something I experience every day with people's wife. I examine them, do all sorts of things with them and all that when it comes to their own health and pregnancy or trying to conceive and all. The being a doctor at the same time, and you have to be human, and you have to be a human being at the same time to experience what every other man is experiencing, even though they are not doctors also.
Yeah.
The first day my wife told me she was pregnant, apart from the 2 previous miscarriages she had, I was not excited actually. Just because I already had 2 previous experiences that were not really nice. So my focus was just like, okay, let's wait until when there's heartbeat. Let's wait until when there's
managing your expectations.
She too, she felt the same way. Like, yes, let's wait. Everybody was just anxious. So she kept counting from her phone. It's 5 weeks. I'm like, 5 weeks? No, there won't be heartbeat yet, naturally. From scan. Even though in terms of normal embryogenesis, there should be heartbeat from 4 weeks and all that. Then the scan picked up this heartbeat of the babies. Yes, babies, twins. By 7th week, and she actually made it to be a surprise to me. And all that, she came and she was like, "Shall I show you the scan?" I'm like, "What's special about the scan?" It's like, the heartbeats are there. Huh? In fact, I felt like she just got pregnant at that moment. Like, seriously, pregnancy that was almost 2 months already. And that was the moment I got excited. I was like, no, And went to do all the rough play. I'm like,
Wait first.
sit.
Put your feet up. Calm down.
No stress. Just sit down. It was just exciting and all that. The night passed. A week later, she spotted. I said,
Here we go again.
I started calculating in my head, what's going on again? The heartbeats are there. So what's happening? As a doctor myself, I don't even know what to say at that point in time. Like, this cannot be another blighted ovum and all that. Then I told her, okay, go and repeat the scan. I don't think I want to follow you. I could have scanned that myself in my center, but I just dodged that responsibility. I don't want to hear any bad news again. Then I told him, I don't have a driver, but my security guy can drive.
Okay.
So I told him, please take her to the hospital for scan. My wife was not happy that I didn't want to follow her, but I had my reasons.
Yeah.
Then they went. Then from there, she called me video call while they were scanning, like, the heartbeats are there. She was excited. I'm like, when you got there, did you use the restroom, whether there was any spotting and all that? She said, yes, she felt a little spot. Then at that point in time, the doctor, she was on a live video call me, and the doctor said, it seems there's another one.
Yeah.
Doctor now spoke some medical terms that she would not understand. But he realized I was there. It seems there's an ectopy. My wife doesn't really get what that
means.
Well, you understood immediately.
Okay, I just ended the call. I was at my clinic. I drove down there immediately. I'm like, they have to repeat the scan in my presence. Then they took her in again. She was like, what's the problem? I'm like, nothing. I just want to confirm something I saw while you were doing video call. Then we went in. They know me very well in that center. In fact, that's the first time they've been seeing me in 4 years.
Wow.
We only talk on phones with their managers. My doctor like, are you okay? Why did you? I'm like, my wife is the one they want to scan. I would like to see what's going on. Then I went in there. They started again. Then I saw the stuff. The doctor also, the radiologist was confused. He has to request for a senior colleague again in that center. Then they went to call him. That was said, he's very busy. I'm like, tell them he's a colleague.
That should come here.
Then they went to tell him that, it's the MD. He has to rush upstairs, and he took over the scanning process, and we were like, oh, did you pay for transvaginal scan? I'm like, no, just my pregnancy scan. They were like, sorry, since you have to pay for a transvaginal scan, we have to do a transvaginal scan to confirm what we are saying. My wife was already getting worried.
Yeah.
I was just touching her hand. Calm down, don't worry. These are doctor's things. Okay, there's no problem. He said, okay. Then we made payment for transvaginal scan, and they went ahead again, and the doctor was like, are you managing her yourself? I'm like, no, that she hasn't registered for antenatal yet, and all that. I'm just doing 1 or 2 things for now for her. Then you whisper to my ears that since she's carrying 3, then 1 is outside. That did I do IVF for her? I'm like, no. He said, I know your hospital to do IVF there. I'm like, yes, we do IVF, but this is a natural conception, even though it was a bit assisted with some medications. There's a natural conception. I didn't do any ERT for her. That was assisted reproductive technology. I was like, wow, this is rare. One of the doctors, they started checking online, the incidence rate, prevalence rates of that. Like, wow, this is 1 out of 300,000 women, natural conception that is common. I said, yes, I know it's common with ART procedures. Then they were like, no, I can't manage that myself again. It won't be fair for me to make the right decisions and all that for her. Then I started cracking my head. I started calling everybody. What do you think? What's your own suggestion? I was like, when we did this scan, was there a firing appearance on the scan? I'm like, which one is face? The Doppler, was there any shiny, something? I'm like, oh, no, I'm not sure I saw something like that. Well, after going inside the gate, like, let me see whether there's anything like that. Then they started the scan again. The radiologists were like, no, there's no fire in appearance. That was the word that was used. I'm like, fire in appearance means it's classical. Anytime you see anything fire in appearance on scan, it means that most likely it's ectopic. They didn't say that, but the measurement of that one outside that they were seen outside, suspected outside ectopic, was exactly the same age with the one inside the womb. So it looks more like it's ectopic pregnancy. Then we have to leave the center sad. When we go home, she will ask me, what are we going to do? I'm like, I don't believe it's ectopic. I know you suffer from ovarian cysts twice, and it was from that same left.
Okay.
I'm suspecting that
So
it should be a cyst, probably an hemorrhagic cyst that is bleeding. And all of that. And again, there wasn't fire in appearance that will actually tell us that is a typical ectopic pregnancy there. She was like, just tell me the truth, don't lie. I'm like, I can't blame her. I'm thinking, I'm thinking the way I should think that I feel it shouldn't be. Then we went to bring, because she tracked ovulation through scan before that pregnancy. And she went to look for the scan, the last one. Like, hey, look at it. There are 2 babies in the womb, right? That there were 4 follicles. And all the 4 of them ruptured. I don't think those 2 of those follicles, this one's in the womb.
The other 2.
Then are you sure it's not the one outside? At that point again, reality check.
She caught you.
Well, today, I couldn't go to work for 2 days. I was just thinking that what could be going on in our belly at that point in time. Then I called the professor in Lutz, and it was like, no, just calm your nerves. I understand that she's your wife. And I told him that, okay, if it is ectopic pregnancy, 2 in the womb, 1 outside, what do we do? What's the best thing to do to approach this? That she cannot lose the 2 babies in the womb because she has experienced 2 previous miscarriages. I can't go through this again, not even this one. It was like, oh, calm down. The pregnancy is still tender. I'm like, I know the pregnancy is still tender, but she's beginning to have pains on the left-hand side. In fact, the pain got so serious that I have to rush out to the hospital. I couldn't continue thinking of her again at home. The pain was so severe that my nurse would call me on the phone and say, sir, you don't even know what to give. The pain is not leaving. The pain is not leaving, no matter what they try to do to pacify the pain. At that point, I was already losing up that she has to go for surgery and all that. And the surgery will definitely have its own implication on the ones that are okay in the womb at that point in time. It was a very heavy period for me, a very, very deep one. I wasn't focusing at all.
Difficult to focus. That would have been surprising.
I wasn't focusing, and she started losing weight. She couldn't eat. She tastes water, she vomits. Tastes that, she vomits. My wife was weighing about 68 kg prior to pregnancy. At that point in time, she has dropped already to 61.
With pregnancy.
Yes, she has dropped already. She has lost about 7 kg then, and she kept losing. Then one day I came to see her at the hospital, and it was like I was seeing somebody that's becoming a skeleton,
Wow.
Where are the flesh? Where everything? What's going on? I said, see, I've not been eating. At that point, I'm like, I know you've not been eating, but you have been on infusions.
Yeah.
You have been on antihistamines, that's proteinous kind of infusions and all. I was afraid. And we were trying to keep this secret, like, don't let your parents get to know about the pregnancy and all that. At that point, I'm like, it seems we have to let your mom or your elder sister to get to know about this pregnancy. It's becoming out of my reach at this point in time. Though, then she called her elder sister. Elder sister came to the hospital to see her. The woman really jacked me, like, why have you not told her? I'm like, no, it's not like that. I wasn't expecting it's going to be, after all, she's my wife, I'm responsible for everything about her.
Yeah.
Sister was not happy with the way I made my decisions concerning her health and all that. Though there were some other doctors also that do come to the hospital to review her case also and all. But everybody kept reassuring me she's gonna be fine, she's gonna be fine. I'm like, no, it's gonna be surgery. Let her just do surgery and let's just forget about the whole thing. You know, I'd rather have her. So far she's alive, she can get another pregnancy in future and all that. Then a call came in that, okay, you know what? Somebody told me that your wife is suffering from so. I said, yes, who told you? You know, this person that called me is actually in the United States. So it was like, don't worry, the surgery can be carried out in US and nothing bad will happen to the other two. Then we have to make a quick arrangement, quickly, emergency walk-up. And that's how she had to travel to the United States then. And I didn't go with her. Then they carried out the procedure and everything was fine. You know? And the two in the womb were perfectly okay. She came back when the pregnancy was 6 months, back to Nigeria, and she was totally different. You know, she has added weight already, everything. I was like, oh, finally. In fact, that was when I realized that I'm going to be a father now. You know, at that point in time, it was very traumatizing. Calling out video call every day, every second, how are you doing? How is that? You know, I saw it like a challenge to my job. I've never seen that kind of case in my career. You know, even though I had patients that even had 4 babies in the womb, and all that, you know, triplets, several multiple pregnancies and all that. I've never experienced any of them experience an ectopic pregnancy alongside normal gestation. It was a reality check for me that period. I will not lie to you, after she had those babies, I told myself that I don't think I want to go through that journey again. You know, seriously, because you cannot say it cannot happen twice. You know, even though my people say thunder cannot strike, but you cannot always say. You know, that's like a trauma or let's say PTSD. For me. I don't want to try again. But if God says another one should still come, He should not just punish me. That same way. So, you know, if you really enjoy your wife being pregnant, you know, with future like this, but if you see your wife in a condition that she looks like she's dying. It's a total.
It's a different case entirely.
For me, I really want to enjoy my wife getting pregnant and let everything go smooth. You know, I tell patients when they come, I'm like, doctor, I'm not vomiting. If I'm pregnant, I'm not spitting. I will smile. You want to vomit?
You want vomit?
You want to vomit? You want us to admit you?
That's what Hollywood has pushed.
You know, you want us to admit you?
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
The thing that really blew my mind, right? And I blame TV and film. You know, when you're watching a movie, the female lead character is pregnant, they have the baby, the very next shot you see, you know, she's back to looking normal. So I thought I was the only one that was shocked about this thing until one day my wife just turned and looked at me, she was like, I don't understand. Why do I still look pregnant? I'm like, no. I think so that only me they look at like that. Apparently, you know, it takes a while.
It takes a while.
I'm like, now I understand why mummies have mommy body. Because after the baby arrives, for months, you know, it still looks like, you know, you're like 4 months.
4 months,
And the crazy thing about it was, Yoma didn't start showing until we were almost 7 months. She could still wear, like, it felt like I, you know, went to bed, woke up, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? Literally, she just went almost overnight from having like a small little bump to having a downfall.
So Doc, you would attest to the fact that there's a part of pregnancy when you go through the stages that is quicker than the others. It just goes. Like my wife was still doing dance videos and preparing content for YouTube channel when all of a sudden she just said, babe, I don't understand though. Last week and this week.
This week is not going to be like this.
Seriously. And you see a lot of husbands fall into that trap in the sense that when their wife just get pregnant, they are still even under 3 months. Some of them are under 5 months. And the patient will tell you, oh, doctor, my husband said my tummy is still very small. I'm like, how many months are you? He wants a tummy. Don't worry. When the tummy is big, your husband will not complain that this tummy is too big.
Yeah.
You should be patient. They think pregnancy is just fume. But the way it can just go from that small one to that, at that point in time, you realize that baby has come.
Yeah.
And it normally happens more from like 7 months.
Yes.
7, 8 months, between 8 and 9 months, everywhere is full.
You raised a serious issue when you said TV and film.
Yeah.
Sorry, I used a particular word.
It's okay. We forgive
TV
you.
please forgive me. TV and film has actually pushed this narrative.
Yeah.
A lady is pregnant, most times illegally pregnant. You know what I mean? Illegally, So she's spitting and
She's not sure she's vomiting.
I think my wife only spat for like a space of 2 weeks because I even got her a potty with sand where she just spits because going to the bathroom every time.
Every time, yeah.
You know, say, babe, I said, take this plants.
That's funny.
So for you, in fact, I'll go around. For you, what was the best thing about pregnancy?
The best part of the pregnancy for me was when food was coming to the house. Especially, that's the truth. A lot of people brought, like, you know, there's this tradition with Igbos. I'm an Igbo person. There's this tradition with Igbos that they say, okay, your wife has put to bed. You'll be drinking the pepper soup with her.
Yes.
All those things. So she will be like, babe, this thing is like punishment now. Help me. I'll say, yes, please.
That's what I'm there for. I will help you.
She'll say, this yam is too big. And she calls me Dabby. Dabby, you help me? Yes.
No problem.
You know, till I was few. And I felt, okay, this is actually something that should be a culture for even aside Africans. Like, it should go around. People should know that we've come to a point where, apart from the fact that the economy is hard anyway, we've come to a part where if you want to gift couples stuff, you don't just bring. Don't be too traditional with the whole diaper. Like people don't need a diaper. Bring food to the house, and it's always good to have like a supportive. It doesn't even have to be your family. You know,
just have your
friends.
circle.
We have your circle. Your tight knit circle. There's just been this. I'm looking for the best word. There's just been this kind of support we felt. From every angle. I'm even talking, Tolu was like, Tolu has been amazing to my wife. Especially, I've not told her this particularly, but she's the go-to person. She and one other prominent pediatrician. No, it's not a pediatrician. She's a gynecologist. They've been very amazing to my wife. Like, babe, I asked Tolu. Oh, you've told Tolu. You told Tolu before you told. Don't worry, Tolu is the. It's fine. You know? So there's been this. Now I know you, so maybe you really want.
Bamti, what about you?
Yes. Okay. So I think for me, it was that feeling of being a good vibe to my wife. Just like I said, like
showing up and then she's
whenever she was down, and I showed up, she was always, and it was like almost like she would just change and everything would just be fine. And then of course, just like I said, because of course when my wife gave birth to, when we gave birth rather, the kind of support I got from my siblings, they weren't sure if I was exactly. So the kind of support I got from them and everything, it was so massive that my wife probably saw them in another light that she
hadn't seen them before.
You just say you have siblings, you guys are not close and stuff. So when the baby came, yes, that's it. It brought my siblings closer to me, and they were there for me. And then I'm just hoping that the next one, since everybody's talking about Tolu, the midwife, maybe. I don't know.
I like that.
I know it's not for free.
No, don't worry about that.
Must be paid.
Definitely.
But she's nice. She's nice.
I think I share in sentiment of the excitement, but for me it was more of the responsibility. Okay, that was how responsible are you kind of experience for me, because I remember there was a time when my wife, I was working in Lagos while she was still in Kwara, and then she called me that she was not feeling fine. Right there, right then, I just stood up from my seat. I just told my supervisor, okay, I did travel.
It'll be
peace. So I just went straight to the park. Didn't tell her I was coming, didn't say anything. She kept calling. I didn't want her to know. I kept ending her call. She kept calling, I kept ending her call. And when I pick, I just give her one excuse or the other. I'm busy. until no, sorry. My sister-in-law saw me first before, and she was like, "Rio, Rio, person who I see you know see." Those of us are not Yoruba, so person who I see you know see. You're like, I don't expect guests. And that's answer. I know be guest, thank God.
Nice.
So it was just that sense of responsibility that it heightened my own sense of value to an extent, because now when people, it's African for a man to be judged by his level of responsibility. Okay, you are a grown man, you are still by yourself. Then you introduce someone that is maybe your fiance, then the respect increases. Then you get married, and then the respect increases. And then when you get married, some people that calls you bros, stop calling you bros. They start calling you chairman, because they feel like bros is now a disrespect to you because you're now married to someone. Then they figure out that you're expectant. Like, no, nah, man, so you understand. So that kind of, I think that was the height of it for me. The responsibility it came with, not the rest of the bills yet, but that feeling of I'm responsible for this person, and I think my plans are coming to fruition and all that. I think that for me was the height of the pregnancy period. So I think that was cool.
Yeah, for me, two things basically. Before I got married, of course, I've been in the line of the profession, and my dad called me one day that, since you medical school, your residency, everything, you hardly come home, because I schooled in Unilag, and my parents live in Ogun State. They felt Lagos to Ogun State is not far. Now what about if you're not in Nigeria? What will happen? He always give me those kind of talks. Like, I understand you like to study hard and all that. Okay, now you're working and you are in women aspect. How are those women actually allow you to talk to them when you're not even married?
Wow. Angu. As a word, you know the belt.
Like, how many children do you have? And they want to treat them for pregnancy, for fertility stuff and all that. You don't know how to charge yourself.
Wow.
My dad is a very realistic person.
Wow. No more.
That is not about that. It's my job, and I don't have to live by example.
Yeah.
I understand maybe some clients might be looking at that aspect anyway. That is he married? Does he have children? Why are we going there to go and seek for fertility management and all that? So I understood the angle my dad was always coming from. So when I got married, he said that's step one. Then when my wife later eventually had babies, they're like, now you can boldly. Then I told him that I really learned from what you actually told me on Fridays. Why? Why? Because when I had the twin, because of my line of profession, everybody felt there was no way my wife didn't do IVF. In fact, the rumor was there. Some of them had the boldness to tell me, Dr. Nawal, just do IVF for your wife.
You're fishing.
At a point.
Yeah, actually, they're just fishing.
At a point,
you confirm with
I got tired of answering the question. Like, I told my wife, don't you think that these twins, they've given me advance?
Free publication.
Yes,
you can come to me, I can do it for you because,
do you understand?
I got proof.
Even though our ART outcomes is not bad, it's fair, it's encouraging, even though you keep improving in it and all that. Yeah. But is it that month? My wife gave birth. Oh my God, we were having probably roughly 10 to 12 cycles monthly in the month. Right. He increased almost 40 cycles.
Wow.
Even my embryologist was like, oh my God, what's going on?
I don't collect work.
My baby's advanced. I'm telling you.
You want one? I got two.
Everybody calls from everywhere. Or somebody give me a number, wants to come and do some procedure. I'm like, baby, he's sweet.
When I asked this question, I didn't everybody's response, is but this is like
the baba of everything.
Seriously, it was awesome. That's awesome. It just looked like she should be giving birth to twins every month.
So guys, thank you so much for joining us in this conversation. We could continue talking about the pregnancy phase, because for a lot of men, that's the point where a lot of reality sets in, and then we learn new things about ourselves and about spouses, And yeah, it's a broad conversation. But yeah, we have a limited amount of time because you have other things to do with your day. But I'm hoping that you can, if you haven't seen the previous conversations, just check them out and look out for the next conversations. Thank you for joining us. And our eyes just locked, and I just started crying, like tears.
First of all, she's calm and water breaks. She will be more than 24 hours. Before you know it, infection goes in.
Right, because that protects the child, the infant.
That's even more respectful.
Oh, it gets this worse?
Oh yeah, than being asked. Is it normal then?
Oh boy.
I'm with one leg. I gonna deliver the second leg.
Yeah, that's true because
It's gonna hang inside. So if you try to force that baby, you're gonna kill the baby.
No, it's fine. She's just in labor.
she's just a little bit of labor,